Hello, hi everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of AadiThoughtFlow. I am Adi, and if you're here, you're officially part of the day one crew, the brave souls who show up before the podcast even knows what it wants to be when it grows up. First episodes are a bit like first pancakes, slightly uneven but absolutely necessary. So thanks for being here while I flip this one with confidence. Today we are going to dive into something that follows us everywhere at work, at home, in relationships, and even in the way we talk to ourselves. Change. Some people chase it, some people avoid it, like a summer swim at Lalbe. Warm sun, cold water, instant regret. Most of us sit somewhere in the middle, trying to keep up without losing our footing. There is this idea that change is the only constant, and honestly, it makes sense. The earth spins at over 1,000 miles an hour, and we don't feel a thing because we are moving with it. Our bodies replace billions of cells every day and we don't notice because our brain filters out the routine noise. So, if everything around us is shifting, the real question becomes how do we adapt without feeling overwhelmed? Real change starts with people. Organizations don't magically transform, systems don't wake up one morning and decide to behave better. People make change happen. And for people to change, there has to be desire, not pressure, not fear, not a 47 slide deck from leadership, but genuine desire. Desire is personal. It is when someone realizes this matters to me, I see the value, and I want to help make it happen. Leaders and mentors help build that desire. They remove obstacles, connect people to purpose, and make change feel less like a threat and more like an opportunity. Connection builds desire, force shuts it down. And if you have ever tried forcing someone to change, a partner, a colleague, a teenager, you already know how well that goes. Knowledge isn't enough, ability matters. Most of us know what to do long before we can actually do it. That's the knowledge to ability gap. Bridging the gap takes practice, coaching, repetition, support. It's like learning to drive a manual car. You can watch all the tutorials you want, but until you stall at a roundabout, you don't really get it. Ability grows through doing, not just knowing. Reinforcement makes change stick. Humans trust whatever feels familiar. If something new is going to become part of daily life, it needs reinforcement, reminders, encouragement, and time. That's how habits form, that's how teams shift, and that's how culture moves. Several change frameworks are available, like ATCAR, that make the whole thing feel less chaotic. They give shape to what can otherwise feel messy, especially in fast moving organizations trying to stay future ready. So, how do we stop feeling overwhelmed by the pace of change? This is where the circle of control becomes powerful. Picture yourself stuck in traffic. You can't control the weather, the roadworks, or the person who cut you off and then pretended not to see you, but you can control your reaction. You can choose to breathe, put on a podcast, and arrive with a clear head instead of carrying frustration into your day. That's the circle of control, focusing on what you can influence and letting go of what you can't. It reduces stress, cuts down overthinking, and helps you move with change instead of fighting it. Just like we move with the earth spinning beneath us without feeling the speed. The takeaway is change isn't slowing down, but when we focus on people, build desire, grow ability, reinforce new habits, and stay inside our circle of control, change becomes less of a storm and more of a tailwind. It becomes something we can ride, not something we fear. Thanks for tuning in to this first episode. If something here made you think, laugh, or breathe a little easier, share it with someone navigating change right now. And if you're into real, honest, human centered conversations, come along, hang out with me on Addy.flow. Like, subscribe, and share. It helps this podcast reach more people who need it. I'm Adi. Stay inspired, stay steady, and keep flowing forward with purpose. Catch you soon.